Hi everyone, today's tutorial is on how to bind quiet book. I have a lot of tutorials on my channel, but this tutorial will be very detailed. I showed you how to bind pages in my previous video and how to make outer spine and inner spine I'll show you in today's tutorial. I prepared two files for you, PDF and Excel sheet. There are 3 pages, binding strips, inner spine and outer spine. Fabric for the inner spine. A is height of your page. The height of my page is 16. 16 minus 4, 12. Twice 24 plus 3, 27. This is H. I'm writing here H, 27. I. This is the width of your fabric. P stands for pair. A set of 2 sewn and bound together pages. First page, second page, and 2 pages are P. In my book I have 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So P is 5. So here I'm just writing 5 minus 1, 4, multiply by 4.3 centimeters. And I will have 17.2 centimeters. Or I will check here, but be careful, here I have in centimeters and here in millimeters, just in case. So if my P is 5, if I have 5 pairs of pages, then I need to cut my fabric for the inner spine 17.2 centimeters. So you need to calculate only the length of your fabric. So I have cut a fabric for the inner spine 27 centimeters long, 17.2 centimeters wide. This is for the inner spine. For the outer spine, I need to cut a piece of fusible interfacing. My A is 16 centimeters minus 3 equals 13. A 16. Thickness of my book is 4.5 centimeters. The width of the fusible interfacing for the outer spine is C plus 2.2 centimeters. C is thickness of the book. In my case is 4.5 centimeters. It will be 6.7 centimeters. Fabric for the outer spine. D, the length of the fusible interfacing, is 13. G is the width of the fabric for the outer spine. Twice width of the fusible interfacing plus 2 centimeters for the seam allowance. E is 6.7, 15.4 centimeters. For the outer spine, I need to cut piece of fusible interfacing 13 centimeters long, 6.7 centimeters wide. And fabric for the outer spine 16 by 15.4 centimeters. Also, I prepared for you the Excel sheet. You will find both files under the post on my Facebook group. Download the file and fill in only yellow cells. But to fill in the cells, you need to enter the password. During this tutorial, you will see 3 numbers, and those numbers will be the password to fill in the form. And fill in all the yellow cells. The height of your quiet book page, the thickness of the quiet book, and for the quantity of binding strips, you need to write the set of 2 sewn together pages. Inner spine. Take your fabric for the inner spine and fold facing right sides, like so. This is the line of the fold, and pin. This is the fold. This is the line of the seam. So you need to stitch 1.5 centimeter from the edge here, or just take A minus 4. In my case 16 minus 4, 12 centimeters. So I will just put the ruler and I will mark the line of my seam. So I'm aligning the fold on the fabric with the mark of the ruler, and I will draw a line. This is fabric pencil and it's washable. You may use air erasable marker, for example. Straight stitch, length of the stitch is on 3. Press seam open, turn the spine out. The seam is approximately in the center. Take your inner spine, and if you have 4 or 6 pairs of the pages in your book, then take the ruler for the ironing, mark line 43 millimeters. Put the ruler on the inner spine, fold the fabric till the mark and press again. From this crease to the next one, again 43 millimeters. If you have 3 pairs of pages, for example, this is your book, you have only 3 pages, then take your inner spine, fold in half and press. If you have 5 pages, as I do, actually 5 pages, this is the best, I think, quantity of the pages in the book. So take your inner spine, fold in half, the seam is up, and press. Open, fold again, align the crease with the raw edge of the spine, like so, and press. Same here, and press. So this is the inner spine. 1 crease is for 1 inner page. 1, 2, 3, 3 inner pages, front cover, back cover. I'm going to make a loop with the ring for the toy, and it will be attached to the outer spine. So here I have a piece of fabric 7 centimeters long, 6 centimeters wide. Fold in half. I have the difference here only 6 millimeters, so I will check that I have 16 centimeters. I mean, the F is the height. Now take the outer spine, fold and press just with your fingers, and apply the fusible interfacing, like so. Find the center. So this is the center. The width of the loop is 15 millimeters, so I just need to find the center, and here I have 15 millimeters. Here I have a print, and my outer spine in the book will be like so. So I need to attach the loop here at the top. The part of the fabric that is stabilized with the fusible interfacing will be the front side of the outer spine. Front side is backed with the fusible interface. I'm going to attach the loop here. I'm aligning the edges. Now I'm going to sew with straight stitch 1 millimeter to the right from the edge of the fusible interfacing. Now take your fusible web and cut out the rectangle 2-3 millimeters smaller than the outer spine. Put the fusible web on the fusible interfacing, cover it with the Teflon sheet and press. Pull it down and peel off the Teflon sheet. Trim off the corners. I'm going to install the presser foot for the edge stitching. This fin with the presser foot allows you to sew very straight seam from the edge. Trim off the threads only where the raw edge is. And here I'm going to tie knots and hide the threads. So the book, inner spine with creases for each inner page, outer spine. Take your first page, which is the cover. The height of my page is 16 centimeters. The height of the outer spine is 13. 16 minus 13 equals 3. Divided by 2, 1.5. 1.5 here, 1.5 here. On this side where I'm going to attach the inner spine, I'm going to mark 2 centimeters from the top edge, 2 centimeters from the bottom edge. The height of my inner spine is 12 centimeters. The height of the page is 16. 16 minus 12 equals 4. 4 divided by 2 equals 2. So 2 here and 2 here. Take remaining pages, place them in order, like so. And here I'm going to mark 2 centimeters here at the bottom, 2 centimeters at the top, only on one side. To make marks, I'm going to use sewing gauge. This ruler has sliding pointer, or just use regular ruler. 2 centimeters, and I will mark every page. Now take your outer spine. The fold is on the right side, the raw edge is on the left, and put the outer spine on the page, on the cover, aligning the marks on the cover and aligning the raw edges of the outer spine and the page. Now take your inner spine, place it on the page, aligning the raw edges and marks on the page. And I'm going to sew along the edge with 1 centimeter seam allowance. And only now I will bind first page, which is the front cover. Pin the binding strip like so. Fold and bind the page as usually. So this is the front cover with first page. Put it on the table and put second page on the inner spine like so. And overlap the page with the inner spine like so. Align all the edges, all the marks, creases, and pin. And I will stitch with 1 centimeter seam allowance to cover the edge of the binding strip. Set the needle to the left, so the seam allowance will be 1 centimeter. Now, ready pages are on the left, inner spine is on the right. Put next page on the inner spine, overlap the page, align the crease with the edge of the page and pin. I'm going to tie knots, the upper thread with the lower one, and I will hide the tails. Now take your last page, which is the back cover, align the edges and all the marks and pin. And I will stitch with 1 cm seam allowance. And I will finish binding the page. Now I need to cut a narrow strip of fusible web. This is Heat and Bond Ultra Hold iron-on adhesive, and I will cut the strip as same length as the length of your outer spine, and approximately 8 to 10 millimeters wide. If you don't have paper-backed fusible web, then just take regular fusible web, cut out the strip, put it on the outer spine, cover it with the Teflon sheet and press. Peel off the paper. On the back cover I will mark 1.5 centimeter from left edge and from the right edge. And using masking tape I will mark 2 millimeters from the previous stitch. Align the edge of the outer spine with the edge of the masking tape. Or if you have heat resistant Scotch tape, then use it. Tape down the outer spine and only then press with your iron. Cover with the Teflon sheet, and as an option you may just use the fabric glue to hold the outer spine on the place. I'm going to install the joining foot or the stitch in the ditch presser foot. The lower thread is yellow. So this is it. As you may see, it's very neat. No threads, no raw edges. The width of my binding strip, I mean the ready one, is 7 millimeters. And to cover the binding strip, I need to stitch the inner spine a little bit wider to cover the stitch here, right? So this is why I sew the inner spine 1 centimeter from the edge. So to determine the length for each page, what I do, I have here 1 centimeter from the stitch to the center here, again 1 centimeter, 1 centimeter, 1 centimeter. So I have here 4 centimeters for one page, but the page is thick, and so I need to add the thickness of my page. In my case is 3 millimeters. This is the average thickness of the pages. So 4 plus thickness 43 millimeters. So this is why I take numbers of the pairs of the pages and multiply it by 43 millimeters. 43 millimeters for the inner pages only, but for the first page and for the last one I need only half. So 1 plus 1, right? Okay, so this is it. I hope it was helpful, and thank you for watching, and don't forget to subscribe.